Convalescent home. That's all I got from my editor, Jane Kelly, at the Valhalla Voice. A piece of paper with the name and address of some old folks' home. Gave me that lovely, dazzling smile of hers. Said somebody gave her a tip. There was something deeply odd, even spooky about the place.
We need a feature for our weekend entertainment section. You know, something human interest. Check it out.
My publisher, Dan McCullough, grinned smugly, plucking the cigar stump from his mouth as he watched me leave. I grumbled and bitched all the way as I drove out the North Shore from the lakeside village of Shannon. This is what you get for going freelance, I muttered. They throw you all the scraps no one else wants. But I know, I do this because I have to. Some people hear mermaids singing. I hear blank pages screaming out to me in my nightmares. What can I say? It's a calling. I know, it's a leathery old cliche, but it's true. There are days I hate it. There are days I'd much rather have been born a plumber, but not today. The slip of paper said the home was located east of Shannon at 112 6 Mile Road, just off the highway a block or so. As I drive, my mood improves, thanks to the gorgeous scenery along the twisty lakeshore highway. Every corner seems to open up a brand new postcard-perfect vista on the lake. Spirit Bear Glacier glittering on a distant ridge of the horizon. It's a glorious spring day, the luminescent green of leaf buds thickening on every branch. The homes perched on the mountainside above the highway and scattered along the lake shore are a live and live blend of the historic, the funky, and the upscale. I prefer the funky. Odd combinations of turrets and bay windows, patched together sometimes over decades, as people could afford it. The new homes all look too prim, too damn suburban. I turned left onto 6 Mile Road by the corner store and motel, as instructed by the head nurse at the White Star home. Strangely, although the store's number was 102, the motel's 106, the next building, someone's ramshackle house, is 114. At first, I just chalk it up to kootenai eccentricity. But as I drive further up the windy mountain road, I get more and more confused. No number 112. I drive back down to the highway and start over again, just to make sure I hadn't missed the number somehow. But still, no 112. Finally, I get to the end of the road, a cul-de-sac. A tiny old holiday trailer is tucked into a hollow surrounded by tall cedars. I decide there's nothing left to do but go ask directions. As I walk down the gravel driveway, I can see a man sitting on a small porch, smoking. He watches me walk up, but keeps on smoking, as if nothing in the world could interfere with his supreme relaxation. He has shoulder-length gray hair with a bandana on his forehead and wears a thick beard. A tortoiseshell cat is curled up in his lap. By the look on the man's face, a kind of sly, knowing grin, I can tell I'm not the first person to get lost on this road.
You lost?
Yeah, can you tell me where the White Star Convalescent Home is?
Why do you want to go there?
I'm a reporter following a story.
I'll ask again. Why?
Look, I'm just doing my job.
Not good enough.
What do you mean, not good enough?
Does it matter to you, or is it just another job?
No, it's not just another job. You never know where a story will lead. It could be nothing, or it could be the difference between life and death. How am I supposed to know which one it will be?
Yeah, you never know where a story will lead. Night of the soul, or walking death. Good idea to pay attention.
I'm generally pretty good at that. With my job, I have to be.
Good. You just take that dirt road over there.
He points at a barely discernible track winding off from the right-hand side of the cul-de-sac. Why didn't I see it before? Thanks, brother.
Got any tobacco?
Ah, no, sorry, I quit.
Smart man.
The road turns out to be a snake track that pounds the living daylights out of my low-bottom Toyota Camry. I curse Dan McCullough all the way. The bugger knows I can't claim mileage expenses on the car. That's why he was grinning like a hyena. Reporters are the coal miners of the news world. Yet without them, media wouldn't exist. Welcome to Capitalism 101. But as soon as I say it, I know I'm being unfair. Dan and Jane are in it as much for love as for money. Otherwise, you'd have to be insane to work that hard for that little cash. We have a saying at the Valhalla Voice office. Voice of the gods, the pay of dogs. But the perks are excellent. We don't know what those perks are yet, but we're still waiting. The trees at last begin to thin out, and I see a large institutional building on the brow of a hill. The grounds are beautifully landscaped with a gazebo, frog pond, and walking paths. The builders had made a half-hearted attempt to make the building look homey by adding plenty of natural wood trim along the eaves, windows, and doors. But it's still an institution where people go to die. No amount of tarting up the place can change that. I park the car and make my way up the begonia-lined sidewalk to the main entrance. Strange. Some of the people in wheelchairs here have a look in their eyes that sends a chill down my spine. Not at all the glazed, filmy eyes you normally associate with someone at the end of their tether. These people are very much alive, but appear to be deeply disturbed. My neck hairs shiver. Automatic doors swish aside as I step on the front doormat. A frail-looking young nurse is busy typing at a computer. Her skin is pale, almost translucent. Her eyes are jade green and dancing with light when she turns to me.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we spoke on the phone. I'm Roy Breen from the Valhalla Voice.
Oh, yes. You said you were interested in writing a story about us?
Yeah, we were told there was something unusual about the place.
I guess you could say that. Where would you like to start?
Well, I don't know. Do you have a guest here you consider fairly typical?
Why, certainly. You just come with me. But first, sign our visitor's log.
She hands me her clipboard and a pen. I scratch out my autograph. She leads me to the end of a pristine white hallway where a pair of metal doors blocks our path. There are no windows or markings on the doors. The nurse slips an entry card into the slot. Doors whoosh apart to let us pass, close behind us. Another shorter hallway, equally brilliant white. She smiles at me as we walk. Tiny wings of glassy protoplasm rustle on her back. It must be an illusion. I blink hard. But when I open them, the wings are still there. What have I stumbled onto here? We're coming to another set of metal doors. Why all this security? Who are they keeping in here? Must be somebody damn important. This time when the doors slide open, we're at a T intersection. She gestures left.
This way, Mr. Breen.
There's something ethereal about the way she moves. As if she were somehow propelled by air. When she moves her hands, they roll like stream over stone. This hallway has windows almost floor to ceiling, a flood of soft sunlight. There's an inner courtyard, much like the grounds at the front of the building, with winding stone cobbled pathways, well-tended islands of shrubs and trees, and flowers exploding with color everywhere. There are a few dim, hunched shapes in the courtyard, some ghost walking, some folded into wheelchairs.
Our clients are very exclusive.
She motions for me to continue following. We get to another intersection in the hallway and a large white door with a round window. She opens this door and ushers me in to what looks like an observation room behind two-way mirror glass. I look through the wide panes and see another room bathed in white light from a huge skylight. This must be where they keep who? Mary, Mother of God? Jesus Christ? For all the attempts at cheery interior decor, potted ferns, even avocado plants and banana trees, the atmosphere of lingering death is pervasive. A few more residents are lolling in their places, each lost in their own world. But these are no ordinary senior citizens. One elderly woman, still surprisingly beautiful and slender, with long silver hair brushed to a sheen, wears a quiver that has no bow or arrows. I point to her. Who is she? Why the quiver but no arrows?
That's Diana.
Diana who? Not Princess Diana, she's dead.
Just Diana, the goddess. We had to confiscate her bow to prevent her skewering young orderlies who reject her advances.
What? I turn for a closer look at the other inmates. I see a man whose clothes, ragged long hair, and beard are all covered in ice. His skin the pallor of death. He walks around the room in a large circle, muttering something over and over again. She senses me watching him.
That's Lemminkainen, hero of the Kalevala, the Finnish national epic poem, their version of the Odyssey.
What's he saying?
Oh, the swan of Tuonela, the swan of Tuonela.
What's he talking about?
We're not sure. Something he did that he regrets, best we can figure. We have to warn the visitors not to touch his hands or they'll turn to ice. Doesn't look good in the visitor's log.
Can I interview Diana or Lemminkainen?
No, Mr. Breen, I'm sorry. Strict rules of the house. They pay a very great deal to remain here, safe from the prying eyes of the world.
Then why did you show me in here that's also top secret?
The sign-in sheet, Mr. Breen. Note the clause by your signature. It reads that by signing, you agree to let us inject you with a memory wipe before you leave. Nothing personal, you understand.
Those are your rules? Why don't you at least give people a choice?